Karibu kwenye makala ya siasa. Jina langu ni Ventus Mgala. Niko na wapambe wa siasa siku ya leo. Tunaenda kuchambulia tangu siku ya uchaguzi hadi sasa. Na sipo peke yangu studio, niko na wageni wangu hapa. Nianze na upande upi? Karibu sana kaka.
Naam.
Kwa majina unaitwa nani?
Natumia lugha ya Kiingereza. Yeah, my name is Mr. Quagmire.
Ndio.
As commonly known in this nation.
Yeah.
Mr. Quagmire, the only son, Mr. Doctor, Professor, Daktari, Engineer. I'm the only professor without a degree.
Majina mazito kweli kweli. Nikikuja huku siku mingi sana tumetafutana.
Bila shaka. Mimi naitwa John Ongala.
Ndio.
Na mimi pia ni mmoja wa maeneo haya. Watu wengi wananijua kama Laban vile vile.
Ndio majina yajulikana. Naam, tarehe 8 katika nchi yetu ya Kenya kulikuwa na uchaguzi mkuu, uchaguzi wa MCA, wa bunge, maseneta, wakilishi wodi, wakina mama, pia urais. Shughuli nzima ya uchaguzi ulionaje?
Shughuli nzima ya uchaguzi?
Ndio.
Kwangu, let me talk about it.
Yes.
From the first day,
Ndio.
on that 8th, the morning of 8th and the night before 8th morning.
Ndio.
Yeah, so we had two big teams, that is Azimio and UDA. And on 8th night, all by around midnight and early morning, some people from UDA started saying that there are marked ballot papers that are being transported to polling stations.
Yes.
So when I heard of that, and there were also vehicles that were attacked carrying ballot boxes and papers, voting materials.
Ndio.
So already that marked as it didn't take place as I expected positively, because if ballot papers are destroyed, accusations of marked ballot papers is existing. That means that transparency is already marked X. Then on the same date of election, there were delays of delivering voting equipments. Then there were particular place that elections were postponed.
Can you say that delay kuchelewesha kwa vitu ni kama that's minor or major?
That's a major. Why is it a major? Ukipeleka vitu late, unapata saa 9 asubuhi watu walishapanga foleni.
Ndio.
Wanatarajia wapige kura mapema, waende manyumbani, makazi. So kitu ikuja vifaa zikifika saa 3, na watu walikuwa foleni saa 9 asubuhi. Na inafaa nini? Station inafaa kufunguliwa saa 2.
Shikilia hapo kidogo, shikilia hapo. Bwana John, baada ya kupiga kura, unaona kwamba teknolojia ilifanya kazi ama iligwama?
Kulingana na mimi,
ndio.
Kwanza acha nianze kwa kusema the whole process was okay.
Yes.
Yeah. IBC did its work.
Yes.
On 9th of August.
Ndio.
People voted.
Yes.
Except that we had some few challenges. And the few challenges mainly were the technology. That was the biggest challenge that day. And that is the Kim's kits failed. As simple as that. They could not detect some names. Just that. But we called them, those ones usually call them minor issues. Minor issues. Because within some time, 2 things were done. One, those ones that were able to be corrected, they were corrected. Those ones that were not able to be corrected, like in the case of Kakamega, we used manual registers. So what I can say is the whole election process was perfect. Everything that took place was as planned, and there was no election malpractices as at how people say. I think it was okay.
Baada ya uchaguzi kufanyika, si ndio? Wakaanza kutangaza matokeo, wa MC wakapata kwa ngazi ya county. Kwanza na ngazi ya eneo bunge, alafu na ngazi ya county, alafu ngazi ya kitaifa. Kulikuwa na mtafaruko kwamba kura za urais ziliweza kudukuliwa. Hata kesi ikaenda kwenye mahakama. Unaweza kwa na mahakama ikaweza kutupilia mbali kesi hiyo. Unaona kama mahakama haikuweza kutendea haki watu wa Azimio kuweza kutupa maswala 9 ambayo iliweza kuibuka. Narudi kwako bwana.
Okay, according to me, the court judgment, I think they follow the rule of law. That is the Kenyan Constitution. And there are grounds that they base their judgment before they make the final judgment. And for the judgment to be read, it means the entire bench, the 7 judges, they all found the evidences and the petition not worthy to declare the election null and void. Yeah. So I think they just delivered what they found it worth to deliver as per the petition and the evidence that was presented by the Azimio group. So it may have appeared unfair to the Azimio group and fair to the UDA group, but the judgment was made, and that was the fair judgment.
Bwana John, unaona kwamba masuala 9 yote kutupiliwa. Je, hakuna swala moja ilikuwa la haki pale?
According to me again,
ndio.
What I can say is Kenyan government has 3 arms that are equal.
Yes.
You know, the executive is equal to the legislature, to the judiciary.
Yes.
Now that IEBC had done its work, then Azimio group felt that this one, the verdict that has been given is not as per what we expected.
Yes.
Then they took the rightful step. Now that it's not okay with them, they decided to move to the judiciary.
Yes.
And judiciary is a department of service, of justice too. Whatever is said there, they must be listening of both parties.
Yes.
Now, that one having been done accordingly, it can clearly tell you, and that's where I disagree with my brother.
Yeah.
He said that he thinks we had election malpractices.
Yeah.
That's why I disagree with you, because the judiciary listened to both Azimio evidence, IEBC evidence, Kenya Kwanza evidence, and it remained. And you know, Supreme Court has 7 judges. 7 judges who are very strong, and Kenyan Constitution again has allowed the judiciary. You know, judiciary is independent. I want to tell you that amongst the 7 the 7 Supreme Court judges, the verdict you give is different from the verdict you give, and I don't have power to manipulate what you give.
Exactly.
So having reached that agreement that there was no election malpractices, that agreement alone by all 7 judges, it means that truly hakukuwa na wizi uchaguzi, because wewe ulikuwa unaweza kupeana opinion yako kivyako, wewe kivyako, halafu that's why there are 7, so that 4 and 3, yani we must have like 50 plus 1. So having reached an agreement that hakukuwa na wizi, it means that election hazikuibiwa and the judiciary did exactly what was supposed to be done.
But I think, Vendras,
yes.
I think there may have been election irregularities, but the court used a term that is used in the in the courts, that threshold, that evidence must reach a certain threshold to be justified. So they presented evidence, that they were malpractice, but it did not reach the court's threshold. So that is why they were overturned, all the 9 issues.
Okay, if all the 9 issues were overturned, then it means you have said that they provided evidence, but then the evidence was not sufficient. That's what you said. Then if you provide evidence that is not sufficient, you qualify to win a case.
You don't win a case.
So that one proves clearly to you that there was no election malpractices. If there was, then it means that they would have provided enough evidence to show indeed they leaked.
But Azimio group said, kwanza kidogo ni kuja side zote mbili. Ulikuwa unasema kuna vituo kadha ulisema kura zirudiwe kwa hesabiwa. Kuna makaratasi yalipatikana kwamba yalikuwa yamejazwa na yana muhuri. Je,
hayo nilisikia kama mmoja wa UDA akisema, mmoja wa viongozi wa UDA akisema tarehe 7 usiku, tena tarehe 8 asubuhi, akasema kuna makaratasi zimemakiwa tayari, zinatoka Nakuru, zingine zimetoka wapi,
that was before election.
Before elections.
That's why
and on the same day in the morning. You said
so
a similar case.
it was before election.
Yes, before.
Now here comes a scenario where you get an evidence that an election is going to be rigged.
Yes.
Kweli hii ni evidence hii uchaguzi unaenda kupiwa. And you are a government official seeing it before election, then you do nothing about it. Then you wait until the election has already been rigged, and then you now come to tell us that I had evidence even before the election happened.
So this was
That's where they went wrong. No? That's where they went wrong. If they had evidences of people rigging, because even I myself am against election malpractices. I'm against it.
Exactly.
So it means that if there is anybody who does that, should be accountable to the law. Now, if you people get somebody leaking, and then you don't take that to the relevant authority, and then you wait, Kenyans have no power I'm telling you that the power that a Kenyan has is the power to go drop his vote to the ballot box.
Only one.
Only that.
Now
the power to protect the vote of a Kenyan belongs to the agents of both coalitions and the government. Now that the Azimio coalition failed its members when it comes to taking care of its vote, if at all we had election malpractices. But I'm against that issue where you say that some evidences is found before, you do nothing, and then you come complaining later. If you get evidence that something is going to happen, take the right foot.
Let me cut you short. The person who was raising these issues that marked ballot papers are being transported was from UDA coalition. That is Moses Kuria. Not from Azimio, the petitioners. These are one of the respondents.
And who complained that the election was rigged?
That is Azimio. Complained the election was rigged, but Moses Kuria was also complained that there's a plan for rigging elections. So the both parties claimed or complained before elections. But after the real elections, now Azimio coalition say that the election was rigged. So you understand, it is not the Azimio that was raising issues.
So both Kenya Kwanza and Azimio complained about election irregularity.
Yes, before.
Then it means that
them.
both of them went wrong.
John and Maya, time is moving. Let's go to the next question.
Yes.
Kulikuwa na issue ya kwamba kulinda kura. There were some polling stations that Azimio people didn't have the agents. Inaweza kuwa ni kitu ambayo ilichangia kwamba najua lazima kwa kura, najua lazima tu kila mtu ataka kuwa mshindi. Lazima kuwa na mwakilishi wako hapo hivyo. Na kwamba Azimio walikosea kutokuwa na wakilishi watu kulinda kura katika vituo fulani.
According to me, I'll take it in two perspectives. One, they did wrong when it comes to the voters. Because again I'll say it's the role of a voter to go and vote. Now that the voter has already voted, he has no other power on that vote. The moment he drops that vote in that ballot box, you don't have power over it. Unaachia agents sasa wa take care of it. Now that Azimio hawakuwa na enough agents, or the agents that were there, they didn't do their work, they failed the trust of those ones who voted. That's one according to the voter. But then according to the Azimio team itself. Now why Azimio people complaining that they didn't have enough agents to run that? I think that one should be the one answering that on my behalf. To tell me, why are you complaining that you didn't have enough agents when you had all the time to prepare and bear enough? Or did we have agents of Azimio being stolen by the Kenya Kwanza team?
Okay.
Can you reply?
None was stolen. But in the first place, you say that after Kenyan has voted, a citizen has voted, it's now the role of the agent to protect the votes. Let me tell you, according to IBC regulations and what in terms of services, it is the role of IBC to ensure that it's transparent, credible, verifiable, and whatever. It is their role to protect.
Transparent. So theirs is to ensure that there's no
So a citizen is to come, vote. The main purpose of an agent in a polling station is to represent the candidate. So that when a voter comes in, he or she sees that Vendors is here, and I'm supposed to vote Raila. I'm supposed to vote Ruto, and Vendors is here. To mean if you know him or her is an agent of Ruto or Raila, and there's something you don't understand, you are allowed to ask. That is the purpose of that an agent. But protecting votes after the one has casted a vote is the role of IBC. So IBC officials, in places that they were malpractice, it was the failure of IBC officials.
So what of now the agents that you have told me? Now, did we lack the people for others to consult, or I'm not getting the exact picture that you're trying to tell me. So now that you are saying that the work of agents is just as a consultant figure.
Ajaribu kusema kwamba ni kazi ya IBC kwamba
kulinda
kura si ma agents.
Agents ni kukaa
hata kupiga kura. Nasema IBC nafaa ikwe kulinda kura hata kama una mwakilishi wake.
They should protect.
So unasema kwamba usichukue ati fursa hiyo ujamaa ana mwakilishi wake uweze kuweka mkono kwenye kura zake. Anajaribu kusema hivyo.
So you brought, you have not answered my question. You brought your agents, then they were stolen?
No.
Yeah. You didn't bring them yourself.
Anasema anajaribu kusema kwamba hata kama
hao agents wameenda wapi?
Anasema kama
si walikuwa
hata kama hawayuko, anasema hata kama hawayuko ni jukumu la IBC kulinda kura.
But I'm understood your question. You want to know where these agents went because we are saying that we didn't have enough
because
agents.
You cannot blame Kenya Kwanza. If the agent himself decides to leave his role and join Kenya Kwanza, will you blame Kenya Kwanza?
You can't blame Kenya Kwanza for that. That is, you blame the agent himself or
now, you as Azimio members, where did you take your agents? Or were they there?
Our agents, they were dispersed.
What happened to your agents?
They were dispersed.
But
because there's finance issues. Like now, we've really accredited and accepted that there were those who were not paid.
Yes.
So maybe somebody goes to a polling station as an agent. You know you need to eat. You need allowances. You have a family back home. So what if vendors comes in and tell you, you are an agent of so and so. Can I give you this 25k? How much were you paid? I was paid 16k.
That's bribery.
Can I pay 25k? So that you just be here as a watchdog, but there's nothing you are doing. Then I say yes.
Okay, let me say that one Azimio, you are failing by not paying your agents.
They were not paid.
That's why
money.
they are. Yes, that's a problem of Azimio. Shida yenu ni kwamba hamukulipa agents. Sasa msilaumu Kenya Kwanza kwa makosa ya Azimio.
We don't blame them.
We
are blaming IBC for not protecting the citizens' votes. We are not blaming Kenya Kwanza.
But you brought the issue of, we have not talked about IBC so far. We are only talking about the agents and failing in their role.
Okay.
Not IBC. Agents and failing in their role.
Didn't pay
you told
agents.
me that they failed in their role because they were not paid well. So it's a problem of Azimio not to pay their agents well.
Yes, that I accept. It is our problem.
Thank you for accepting.
Yeah.
Question.
Mabwana mnamenyana kweli wote kwamba mnajua siasa. Lakini hivi ni vizuri kwamba nyinyi ni Wakenya wazalendo. Baada ya hiyo mambo yetu kufanyika, kulikuwa kwamba kesi ikapelekwa kwenye mahakama ikasikilizwa kwa siku kadhaa, na kwamba ushindi wa Rais William Samoei Ruto na Bwana Rigathi Gachagua ukaweza kutiwa muhuri kusema kwamba huyo ni rais wa 5 wa taifa la Kenya. Wakaweza kuapishwa siku ya Jumanne ambayo inafuata. Kwamba hiyo siku ya kuapishwa ikafika wakati wa kiapo. Nini kilifanyika na Bwana Rigathi? Kwamba
nataka kwanza tuanze kwa kusema hivi.
Ndio.
Unaona, there is something we call in English tension. Tension is something that even Putin, president of Russia, has.
Yes.
When you see a huge crowd, usually, of course, there is no, the way you talk to a huge crowd is not the way you talk to one person. Now that there were many people, we can say that, and also what you call anxiety, or let's say joy, too much joy might have made him to maybe miss some lines. And then secondly, there is what you are told, and then there is what you read.
Being told,
There is what you are told to say, and then there is what you read. Now you see there are 2 papers here. I come with the same paper, then I give you one. Nakwambia hii kitu chenye nakusomea useme ndio kitu yenye unasoma hapa. In case I miss, unapitia. So ukisema Rigathi Gachagua is what is written. That's what this is reading, and that's what is written here. That's onunanga wameshika Biblia and they are reading. Sindio? Now we don't know who went wrong. Who read what was not in the papers? Hatujui ni huyu mwenye alikuwa anasema rudia ama ni Rigathi ndio alisema mambo yake. Lakini hatujui ni hiyo. Lakini tunajua ni kwamba Rigathi tried as much to read what was written on that paper.
Lakini kwamba Rigathi
he went wrong by not saying what he was told to say. But he was also trying much to show that what you are telling me should match.
Bwana John mpe muda kwa kama yaongee kidogo.
The person who was issuing the oath was exactly reading what is from the judiciary. That should be read. When someone is taking an oath.
That paper, not the judiciary.
Yes, that paper. So that paper is drafted in the judiciary.
The paper he's serving is the paper Rigathi is reading.
Yes. So was Rigathi reading? Was he reading on that day? Was he reading? Or he was just in the Bible? If you look at that video, Rigathi Gachagua was not reading. The justice, the lady justice was saying statements, instructing him, but he wasn't reading what was on the desk itself. He was talking from nowhere. So to me, I think one is anxiety, then that tension. Secondly, he was overwhelmed because even today in his speech he says that you need to give me time, Kenya, so that I understand that I'm the deputy president of Kenya. It appears to me as a dream. Whenever I wake up every morning,
which is true.
that is true.
Which is true.
So that is
I support you.
So I'm driving my point home. So he even says that whenever he wakes up early in the morning, he asks himself, "Am I the deputy president?"
He's not believing what God can do. What God can do.
Okay, I can't
He's not
complain
believing
about
that indeed we can fight this state capture. We can fight
You are
this
bringing
government.
God. You are bringing God here.
Yes. Okay, he can't believe that God did a miracle.
Yeah.
Yes,
God did a miracle.
Yes, that's why you always say, "Hey, kwani mimi ni deputy?"
So,
Yani
he needs to believe it. So I think what happened, because even if you follow back during campaigns, he was not so good in speech. That is true.
Yeah.
So on this particular day of taking the oath, I think because he was just overwhelmed and he didn't believe that he has been elected and again upheld by the Supreme Court. So I think maybe there were some preparations at home that this is the statement that you should be using. Or him personally, he kept on rehearsing. Kiberiti, chumvi, kiberiti, chumvi.
Okay. Before just 30 seconds.
Yes.
One, you know, Rigathi knew he's a deputy president.
Yes.
He knew what he was to go and read. I'm also assuming, I don't know, but I'm also assuming that what Rigathi was to read on that day, he had time with it. That's what I'm assuming. To look at it before he goes to read. That's why. Did Ruto read his speech on Inauguration Day? Yes, he read.
Yes.
He was reading. But you will bear with me that he used to read anaachia mali, then complete kwa kuangalia hivi, then he picks from where he left. It means that he has had time with this copy, anajua hizi maneno. So I'm also assuming that Rigathi had time with the copy. That's why most probably labda hakuwa anaiangalia hivi akisoma. But Rigathi is a bright student. Kitu yenye nimesoma mbona si kitu yenye unaniambia? Like mimi nimesoma this is what and then this is what you want to tell me.
Throughout that,
Rigathi did not read. Wacha tusonge mbele. Wacha
did not read at all.
I'm assuming
Go and look at that video.
So they had time to look at this paper.
He was not to assume that he mastered it. He was to exactly say what he was being told. After I realized he messed up.
Yeah.
Because he was even told repeat after me. Still he messed up.
Mabwana hao kweli wana umilisi wa lugha na wanaelewa maswali yao. Kumbuka hii ni Longa Media, tunakujia moja kwa moja hivi. Kama utazama popote ulipofanya hivi, subscribe, like and share. Tukisonga mbele. Sasa hivi kwamba baada ya kuapishwa akaweza kutoa hotuba yake ya kwanza. Na Bwana Rigathi kwamba kulingana na mimi niliona kwamba angali na machungu na rais. Kwamba aliweza nisikiza ujumbe wake kwa alipokuwa kuongea kwamba anasema kwamba Mungu amwezesha na kusema kwamba vyombo vya serikali kama polisi vitaweza kuwa huru. Na rais mstaafu Uhuru Kenyatta amekaa hapo. Unaona kwamba alikuwa anamuongelesha tu moja kwa moja ama
kwanza alikuwa anamuongelesha moja kwa moja kitu ambacho ni sahihi zaidi. Yani that's the right thing that Rigathi could do. If I was Rigathi,
ngoja kwanza auoni kwamba unaona kwanza si sawa, umepewa mamlaka. Unasikia kwamba wewe sasa umeingia ofisini, chukua uacha mambo yaliyopita. Hii ni sherehe imekuja na viongozi wa kimataifa zaidi ya marais.
Ndio maana mheshimiwa Ruto hakuongelea yaliyopita.
Mbona uongelee same thing? These are people who are organized. Why should you come to repeat what your elder has said? Okay, I'm your deputy or I'm your head. What I say should completely be different from what you say. Tuna run with time. Wewe kuja ongelee department kama Ruto was not to repeat what I said. And two, Rigathi was right in this manner. Rigathi didn't tell you, Huru, you did this and this and this. Rigathi took his time to tell people that during this campaign period, we have always been talking about possibility. Inawezekana. Tukifanya hivi, inawezekana. So he stood on that day to attest. There's something we should call giving a testimony. He was just attesting that indeed we have gone through this and this, and at the end we have made it. So people are mistaking him on bragging rather than seeing what he's telling you. Can I ask you a question before even I hand over to you? Was what Rigathi was saying right or wrong?
Okay, to me,
kweli ama uongo?
According to me, it was true.
Good. So he was right to say that.
He was right.
Yes.
Then again, to me, he was addressing Uhuru Kenyatta directly. That is true. But you see, he was right. Because he was exactly explaining what is the current government that is now handing over power. He explained to Kenyans the state of the government that was there and what Kenyans should expect from them. So according to me, whether Minazimi or what, he was right. Because it's the one, the current He has been sworn in as the deputy president,
Yes.
and so he had the authority to tell people what they should expect from that government. So he was right for that.
Okay, let's move forward. Baada ya kuongea rais sasa wa tano akaingia Bwana William Samoei Ruto daktari, kwamba akaweza kusema kuamrisha majaji wanne waweze kuapishwa. Unaona kwamba Bwana Rais alikuwa na haraka.
Hakuwa na haraka.
Unajua kwamba hii ni ofisa
hii walikuwa 6.
ni masita.
Was it 6?
Uone kwamba ni ameingia ofisini tu. Anaweza atulie kwanza ndio aweze kuapishwa. Mbona tu aseme tu siku ambayo anaapishwa. Unaona kwamba ni kumdhalilisha rais ambaye alikuwa anaondoka bwana.
Who is the deputy president? Is a second in command. Now here is Uhuru. Kenya 1. Then Ruto is Kenya 2, isn't it? Then the judiciary. It is the role of the judiciary. How wamesha vet. Uhuru, ngoja. Uhuru hajui kuveta mambo. Uhuru hajafanya law.
Wacha nikwambie kwamba
judiciary imeangalia watu na imepitisha. Unajua everything was done, vetting was done. Hawa ni watu ambao wamepigwa msasa na wametosha kukuwa majaji. Kitu imebakia tu ni ati signature ya the head of
wacha kwamba kidogo Bwana John kuna madai kwamba majaji walikuwa mafisadi. Kuna madai
that was the big question.
Kuna madai kwamba walikuwa wamehusika katika visa vya ufisadi.
Au majaji 6.
Yes. Question of integrity.
Bwana Rais ambaye sasa Ruto alitumia vigezo vipi kwamba waweze tu kuapishwa?
Who vetted these people? Who vetted the 6 judges? No, let me ask a question. Who vetted the 6 judges?
Judiciary Commission.
What is the judiciary? It is the Department of Justice.
Bwana John
kweli amejipanga. Justice ndio yenye imetumika kuvet hawa watu. Now, nyinyi watu wenye hamjui justice. Mna nguvu gani ya kukuja kusema wewe si daktari? Lakini unakuja kusema dunga mtu oxytocin. Wewe unaijua?
Why is the government having attorney general?
Wait first. I'm not finished. No, the problem is you have asked me a question and I've not finished.
Yes.
Now you asked about the 6 judges. I've told you that they were vetted rightfully. Yes. The work of the president was just a signature kidogo ipiti. Then wameanza kuvutana, and I want to tell you this. I want us to start looking at relationship between Uhuru Kenyatta and CJ Maraga. Sawa?
Yes.
That's where the conflict between the executive and the judiciary started. Unaona?
Yes.
These two departments are independent. Judiciary ifanya kazi yake, executive kazi yake. But they are all equal. Ni shida tu ni at executive ikifika hapa kama vile ABC imeshindwa, judiciary inaingilia kusolve. Unaona? But now Uhuru as the president decided to dig in judiciary kuonyesha vile hako na power. Remember I started by saying the 3 arms of government are
independent
and they are also
but
equal.
Now, why would Uhuru deny to sign the sworn in while Maraga is even out of office? Why would he deny that?
Kidogo naona kwamba
alikuwa amekataa akiwa.
Bwana John,
si ndio? Sasa wewe umekataa ukiwa, Maraga akiwa, si ndio? Alafu Koome akuje usaini, watakuuliza why did you refuse in the
kama alikuwa na maneno na Maraga, angengoja Maraga.
Siongelee Maraga. I'm saying there is a conflict between President Kenyatta and the judiciary. There was a conflict and that was him. There was a conflict between the executive and the judiciary. So there is no way the president could allow the judiciary to exercise its powers which are equal.
So the president sacrificed the 6 judges on behalf of the 2017 petition. Because that was the origin of the grudge.
No.
Right?
No. I don't.
Okay, what is the issue between the retired President Uhuru and the judiciary of Kenya? What is the issue?
Okay, let me accept that he linked it to the 2017 petition, having nullified the
presidential election.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's linked to it. Now that Ruto, here are two people working in the same government with the 2 different ideologies. Uhuru, different ideologies from Ruto's, but they are working in the same government as president and deputy.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that everything that Uhuru says it's true, Ruto must go by it.
That is true.
Unaona? So, hapo ndio nataka kuambia kwamba hata Ruto mwenyewe alijua ya kwamba hawa 6 judges wana haki ya kuwekwa judges. Lakini sababu wana matatizo ya kibinafsi na huyu Uhuru wamefungiwa nje. Lakini nikipata tu hii power. Bas, I will follow the rule.
Bwana John, tuko na dakika 5 tumalize. Tuko na dakika 5. Kuna masuala mawili bado tujaongezea.
30 seconds please.
Tuko na
30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, there was an issue between judiciary and Uhuru Kenyatta after the 2017 nullification.
Yes.
And he didn't sign for the swearing in of the 6 judges.
Yes.
That is true.
Yes.
It is from the issue of 2017.
Yes.
Then here comes again when Ruto was now president candidate.
Yes.
His election, his declaration was upheld. and they decided to clear the 6 judges. Don't you see that it's the same route? That Uhuru had an issue with the judiciary, he declined to clear them so that they can be sworn in. Again, Ruto's victory has been upheld by the same judiciary, and he decides to accept them so that they can be sworn in.
So what you're trying to say is that there is corruption in judiciary.
There's corruption in judiciary.
And the judiciary is a department of service. So there's no department of service in Kenya.
There is no.
So in short, you are not going with what the judiciary said. You as MEO members are against it.
We accepted the judgment.
If you accepted,
we accepted, but we disagree. There are two different terms there.
You have accepted.
We accept, yes, you've made the judgment, but we disagree with your judgment.
So
there's nothing we can do.
The reason is that there was kulikuwa na ubaguzi bado katika judiciary.
Yes, the same way Uhuru thought in 2017.
Okay, what I can conclude is that if then there is corruption in judiciary, basi Kenya haina department of justice.
Kwa kidogo tukimalizia, haina kwamba napenda vile mnaenda kila mtu anashikilia upande wake. Sasa baada ya wote kuapishwa, rais wa 5 Rigathi Gachagua ni naibu wa rais, na kwamba ni kitu kipi tutarajie katika serikali. Naona kwamba hii serikali ambayo ya Kenya Kwanza Wakenya watakuja kulia walichagua.
Nataka nihakikishie watu wote, yani all Kenyans, that there has never been a good government like the one that has just come in.
So this is going to be the best one.
It is going to be the best.
The best one ever.
And I can attest, I can tell you this live. I can say this live.
Yes.
That one. Unaona kitu naweza waambia ni kwamba Ruto will want to prove to Kenyans that indeed I started my campaigns in 2018. Not in vain. This is the guy that you people have always been looking for. So you see this term, let's talk about this first term of Ruto. Nataka nikuhakikishia kwamba kama kuna mtu mwenye labda ataumia, bas ni watu wa serikali. Governmental offices watakuwa oppressed kidogo. Yani Ruto is that guy who really wants to see his things working. So people who are likely to suffer. You see Magoha is not working, a footwear. This one is not working, those ones will suffer. But on the end of Kenyans, I want to promise Kenyans that unga ile tulinunua tukiingia year 1 shilingi 70, tutarudi kuinunua kwa bei ambazo zinastahili.
But let me ask you Mr. Joe.
Kwamba unaamini
nilikuwa sijamaliza. Nipe sekunde moja.
Maliza sekunde.
Kitu tunataka niwahakikishie ili serikali yetu ikuwe strong, we have one condition. This condition is this one. Do you people know the role of opposition in a country?
Yes,
this is the role of opposition. Unga imefika 250. Opposition wanasema hapana, it should not be like this. Si ndio?
So
ishukishwe itoke huko. Yani the opposition is there to shape the government.
So should you raise the price of unga so that you question?
Bwana John, malizia kwanza.
Sitaki nimwache. Naomba dakika moja. Naomba tu dakika moja sababu hata mnanipimia huyu jamaa anakatakata mambo yangu. Unajua anakatakata mambo yangu. So akikubali nimueleze kwa sekunde 30 nitakuwa nimemaliza.
Nieleze. Ndio zimaanza.
Unaona kwa nini serikali ya Uhuru ilianguka? Ni kwa sababu hakukuwa na opposition.
Serikali ya Uhuru ilianguka. Serikali ya Uhuru ilianguka.
Tulia niongee. Ungenikubalia niongee. Between the two terms of Uhuru, you can very well tell that the first term was better than the second, because the first one had opposition. Bei hazikuwa ifika hapa sababu ilikuwa ikifika 120, Raila anasema hapana, unga inakuanga 100. Now here comes an opposition leader joining the government. It means that he is under the power of the government.
Uko na sekunde 15. Sekunde 15.
Unga ni 250. Nani atabishana? Unabishanaje na uko ndani ya serikali? So mkitaka tupite, kubalieni opposition ifanye kazi yake. Na ndio maana president wa 5 alisema hivi ya kwamba no person in the opposition will be allowed in the government. If you want us to be best, allow the opposition to do its work.
Bwana John, shikilia tu hapo. Serikali unaona kwamba itafanya kazi vizuri ama kutakuwa na mambo ufisadi watu hapo hivi?
Hapa Kenya ufisadi nayo itakuwa, hiyo ni lazima. Itakuwa. Kazi watafanya, lakini hawatatimiza kila kitu walichoahidi wa Kenya.
Lakini watafanya safi.
Watafanya kazi ndio sijakataa, lakini hawatatimiza kila kitu. Sababu hata sahihi wakipigiwa kura walisema in the first
100
in the first
100
bei ya unga itashuka.
Yes. Are they over?
No, listen.
Pea serikali muda.
Listen.
Pea serikali muda.
3 months.
Hata how many days?
3 months has got how many days? 3 months.
3 months has 90 days.
90 days.
Yes.
Since inauguration till today, how many days?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
90
A
plus
drop
4.
in an ocean.
How many?
94.
Then the deputy president said yesterday, it was yesterday or the other day, that we are still putting things in order. Price ya unge yezi rudi na siku mbili tatu.
Yes, I accept.
Iwezi read.
Na agree.
By the time 3 months itaisha.
Yes.
Hizi 100 days itakuwa zimefika wapi?
No. Unaona government bro, inahitaji pesa. Inahitaji pesa. Unaona unga. Government haina power ya kusema wekeni unga saizi 50.
Mabwana
iko na power.
Huu ni mjadala wa siku nyingine. Mjadala wa siku nyingine. Tulieni kwanza.
Do it per 100 days.
We are in the 4th day of the 100
day and the president
tulieni. Give us time. Tulieni kwanza. Kila mtu ameongea. Tunamalizia. Umesema mambo yako, tumekusikia. Unajua tumekusikia. Kwamba watu kutaka kufuatilia kupata kama nani. Ujumbe wako wa mwisho kwamba alafu ujitambulishe mitandao yako. Kama kuna kitu pale unataka useme. Ndio.
Na usinikatize.
Ndio, siwezi katiza ama
tuanze kwa kusema my final statement even as we end this is that we as the government we are not going to let down any Kenyan, because we know now Ruto is going to lead every Kenyan despite the political background that you belong to. So it's upon all Azimio people to accept that it's already done, that now Ruto is the president and nothing can be done about that. What you only need to do is work with him for the 5 years, because nothing can be done to remove him now. Work with him for the 5 years, cooperate with him, then he's going to deliver the best. Otherwise, he's the best, he has done the best, and will always be the best. Finally, I go by the name John Ongala.
Yes.
That is my name in
all social media.
All social media. Mimi huwa sina hiyo mambo ya majina mingi. John Ongala is my name, is my official name. Na anybody who follows me knows well that I also have an ambition in that line, political ambition.
I can say
which I really need to also achieve at the end of the day, starting here.
Yes.
Let me not talk much about that.
Yeah. Kwagmaya, what about you?
Okay, the final thing that I can tell people, the Azimio people, if you're in Azimio, Team Blue, one, what you need to do, accept that Ruto is now the president.
Yes.
Number 2, prepare to be the opposition. Because he has said that we work with the government. We are not going to work with the government. We are going to oppose so that we keep the government in check.
Yes.
We keep the government on top. Yes. So right now, all the Azimio members, opposition is strong. And the Baba came back.
Yes.
He has recapitulated.
Thank you for
we have the buffalo.
Thank you for coming
He's
back.
with us.
He has always been going back and coming back strong.
We want to keep the government on top.
It's good.
So let me just comment on one thing that he said. Why Raila worked with Uhuru the last time?
Yes.
His main agenda was not to go and ensure that price ya unge imepunguzwa chini. He wanted to build bridges. Because there was enmity.
Which bridges?
He wanted to build
bridges.
Because there has been an enmity between
like you want to make a bridge on people who are sleeping, who are starving. Mtu wako na njaa. Where did almost 8 million people?
Umemaliza.
Let me say my name. Okay, I'm Mr. Quagmire. In every platform, I'm Mr. Quagmire Comedy. You find me there, I'm Mr. Quagmire, theoretically rich but practically poor. Thank you.
Majamaa hao kweli ni wapambe wa lugha, wapambe wa siasa, amenipeleka hata kijasho kimetoka kidogo. Nasema ni shukrani kabisa. Fanya hivi. Fika pale Longa Media kwenye YouTube, ukisearch pale tutakuwa kwanza kutokelezea pale juu, una subscribe, like and share. Kama wewe ni penzi wa siasa, kama unapenda siasa, basi hapa ni nyumbani kabisa. Hapa. Mwelekezi wa kanda amekuwa ni Newton Catalyst, kumekuwa sound engineer amekuwa ni Masi Kurgat, kumekuwa na Gidi Harriet na Jacqueline. Nasema ni shukrani, ubarikiwe sana. Jina langu ni Ventras Mugala.
Now Twitter next. When you call us next. When you call us next.